Now that I have my cookie, it's time to find a way to cut it.
Do not listen to this man. If anything, you should choose the hole. I'm gonna tell you why. You ever eat before? I don't know where I was going with that. What's good, YouTube? Today we're gonna be looking at Squid Games I could easily survive. I want to see how easy it is to actually complete these games. Without further ado, let's get started.
So I just finished a new season of Squid Game. For the record, 7.8 out of 10, not too bad. But as I was watching,
7.8? I would give it at least an 8, bro. I don't know. My only concern for it was the decision making. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'll just say the main character could have gave warnings ahead of time. You feel me? About what the games were gonna entail. That's all I'm gonna say. You've been here before, right? Why did you wait until the actual game where niggas when you could have told them before they were actually gonna go play the games?
watching this new season, my mind couldn't help but wander. I couldn't help but think, what if Squid Game was real? What if I lived in South Korea?
It is real though. Damn. Does he know? Squid Games or Alice in Borderland? Which show is better? After watching the two, I will say Alice in Borderland. I'll tell y'all why. Season 2 of Alice in Borderland, peak fiction.
What if I was in Squid Game? Well, that's exactly what we'll be going over today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, instead of an action movie, or horror game, I'll be going over how I would survive every single game in Squid Game. Yeah, the series is back.
Let's get it.
The sixth time or something, I don't know. Giving you my strategy, my game plan, my thought process. However, rules for this one. I have to go into these games clueless. I have no insider info. I'm not smart enough to predict the games. Nothing. So in short, I have not played these games before. And the first game I'll be starting with is...
what? Y'all passing this game? I feel like this is easy, bro. You don't get no incentive to be in the first place. It's not like you're gonna win the whole thing. So you might as well just follow where the majority of people are. And don't be near anybody so that they don't tickle you or anything happens. If you're losing in this one, you deserve to get KO'd.
You guys know the game, the most iconic one from the show, the first one they played, and we all played it growing up. This one is probably the easiest of the games I'm gonna go over in this video.
Yeah.
All we gotta do is make it across the field before the timer ends and stop every time the doll says to. Pretty easy. Even having it be a huge doll repeating a track makes it so much easier. Especially compared to the friends I grew up playing this game with, because they used to be some cheaters. But it's not all easy. There are some challenges, some obstacles I gotta take into consideration when doing this one. Firstly, the initial shock. Obviously, at some point during the game, someone's gonna goof around and move. Maybe they tripped, wanted to check the time, had to scratch their ball, something.
If Squid Games was real, are y'all participating? I'll only participate if there's like 3 people. There's no reason I'm gonna assume that I'm gonna beat 450 people for a cash prize of that much amount. And if it is, I need it to be 10 billion.
I know is someone gonna move and we gonna hear a pop. And when we do hear that pop, it's gonna send a lot of people into a panic. Which begs the question, how much movement is considered movement? Obviously, I know I'm not allowed to go into a full sprint when it's red like the people who just ran away. But what I'm asking is, when the first elimination happens and some people get scared, what's the difference between me shaking nervously like this girl who got popped and me straight up flinching like the sun did? Not saying I'm gonna do either. I'm not no scaredy cat. I'm just saying it might.
Realistically, if I see someone die in a game where I'm thinking that we're only playing kids game for money, I'm gonna run away. Assuming that I know how the game is being played, then it's gonna be easy. But if I don't know anything, I'm cooked.
Cold, I might shiver. I'm trying to play it safe. Second thing to take into consideration, the people around me. In this game, you're literally playing with 455 other people who are all competing for money. And these people, let me just tell you, this ain't like grabbing your average Joe Schmo off the street and telling them to compete. No, no. These people are poor. I'm not even being mean. They're broker than broke. They're in debt. Imagine Haiti. Yeah, whether it was their parlays weren't hitting, that hot 2 coin pump and dump, or a few bad decisions led up to them even that fent, it don't matter how they became broke.
I don't care whether I'm $10 billion in debt. I'm not accepting this game. Only reason I'll accept this game is if I already have a dying wish and I'm probably gonna like die in like 2 days and I could at least play a game to make sure my family gets money. Other than that, you will not see me play this.
They got slapped to be here. And again, we are competing for money. People who aren't in this much debt are already out here doing some strange things for money. So best believe amongst these 455 people, some of them are definitely going to be willing to do some egregious things for that cheese. Meaning in this situation, I gotta see every single one of them as an op. Except 222 and 149. Everyone else though, I'm assuming they out to get me.
Wait, the old lady too? Yeah, you a little wicked, bro, but who looks better? This girl right here or the girl from the season 1? The girl in season 1, she's different.
222 and 149. Everyone else though, I'm assuming they out to get me. So immediately after the initial shock, first thing I'm gonna do is stay at the very back of the group and all the way to the far left side. That way no one could push me from behind, and I also have someone in front of me to cover any potential shivering I might do from the cold. the code. And the good thing about this is this also puts me in a position to attack. Maybe I decide I really want that money. For what reason? I don't know. I'm a grown man. I got bills to pay, mom to buy. I don't know. I need the money. And thankfully, this strategy puts me in a position to do a little shoving, a little pushing, maybe even pull out the forbidden move. Psst. Yo. That girl to your right said you're cute. I'ma do what I need to do.
If you flinch over somebody potentially flirting with you, you deserve to get eliminated, bro. There's no reason why you should risk your life over somebody saying you look good.
Cause red light, green light, I'm bodying this one. Now the second game, that might be a little more tricky.
All right, well, Dalgona, you know, if you got some sucking experience, like, you feel me? You know how to use your mouth like I can. It should be easy, though. You got to get the two-hand combo. And you just got to start, you know? You got to be a real eater to pass this test. If you don't got the saliva, you're just not built for it, bro.
Our family.
As a lot of y'all know, in this one, the people playing got to select one of the 4 shapes on the wall. Triangle, circle, star, and umbrella.
If you get umbrella, honestly, just self-sacrifice.
Once they do, the shape ends up being the one they have to cut out of a cookie. And while some of you may now be thinking, Derek, that sounds way easier than the first one. What were you talking about? How about you let me finish? The catch is with this one, the cookies in this game are like my heart. Easy to break. And as you can guess, once the cookies are broken, you get the usual pop like the last game. You understand now? This is why you should have listened. Now I'll be honest.
Here's the thing with them. They've been playing the games wrong. Instead of licking it, you ever thought of eating it? Like just nibbling it? Just nibble it, bro. Try to nibble it so that it doesn't crack the whole thing. Y'all never ate a cookie before?
This one has to be one of the most terrifying ones in the entire series. Like, if you played the Roblox version of this one in Shrimp Game, then you know how scary it can get. That game is unironically the closest we'll get to feeling the terror those characters feel in the show. You'll be carving out your slightly cracked cookie, and then the next second hear little Timmy next to you. No, please, I want my box.
This is literally the funniest part of Squid Game's Roblox. I love that.
So when I'm in this one, my nerves gonna be at an all-time high. But before we figure out how to get around this one, first we gotta figure out which shape am I gonna get. Obviously the hardest shapes are the star and the umbrella, so it'd be better if I choose the triangle or the circle. But walking into this game, I wouldn't know I'm about to cut a cookie, just like the characters in the show, except Song-woo. And if I walk into a random room and see 4 shapes on a wall, I'm gonna be honest, triangle and circle are the ones I'm least likely to choose. Circles are too perfect, I can never draw them. And triangle
is the best one, but circle ain't that bad either.
Come on, bruh. I ain't Illuminati's. So in a real life situation, I'm probably choosing one of the harder ones. Most likely, the star. Staryu and Starmie were some of my favorite Pokemons growing up, so it's fitted. Now that I have my cookie, it's time to find a way to cut it.
Do not listen to this man. If anything, you should choose the hole. I'm gonna tell you why. You ever eat ass before? I don't know where I was going with that. Circle would gotta be the easiest.
Some of y'all know, to get around the brittleness of the cookie, G-Hud, after sweating from being so nervous, discovered a trick. He found out he could use his saliva as some sort of softener for the cookie in order to cut out his shape more easily. And I gotta give him his flowers, because in this situation, I am not coming up with this. Look, I may love sweets, but the last thing I'm gonna be thinking about in a life or death situation is licking a cookie. I'm not Rod Wave. So that strat is off the table, meaning I gotta do it the old-fashioned way, which may seem more challenging to the average person.
Saliva don't work. You could get liquids from.
But let me give y'all a little tidbit of knowledge about myself. Before I dreamt about being a YouTuber, I actually wanted to be an artist. And I don't mean a singer or a rapper, I mean a Picasso, a Vincent Van Gogh, a Leonardo DiCaprio. Check out the art, check out the art. And as you can tell, I was super talented. So regardless of how much pee I got running down my leg, my hand's gonna be as steady as a pole. And steady enough to cut the shape without having to do any of that licking. Pause.
Or just nibble it, bro. Like, you could just nibble it to the point where it's like it's gonna reach that line.
Pause. So I'm cutting that shape out easily. How am I supposed to prove that to you? Well, all right. As you guys can see, here we have our cookie. Look.
What cookie is that? Did we run out of ingredients? What is the sample size of Dalgona cookie? And how did you stamp the star? Why does it still look messed up? Bro, if the cookies are like this, I swear everyone would have survived.
Looking real clean, looking real nice. As you guys can also tell that there was a test cookie. Oh. I ain't gonna stall too much. Let's get straight into it, all right? So I'm gonna start that timer. Now rocking with the South Park BJs. 3, 2, 1. It's a little harder than I thought. A little harder than I thought.
All right. Maybe you try putting down your phone, and then I think you'll get to it faster. You ever thought of that, bro? Tug of War, no, you're just cooked. I hate the fact that there's games based off of strength in Squid Games because it's like, bro, you're gonna have to have old people. Like, it's just a game of luck.
The 2 games, this is the first one where I have to work with a team. Game is simple, Tug of War. Y'all know there's a rope, both teams pull, one team loses. Very simple stuff. But since it's Squid Game, instead of falling into a pit full of mud or just falling over onto some grass, in this game, you free fall into some concrete. So we don't want to lose this one. And we won't. This one is light. All I gotta do is do what most of the winning teams did and pick a team with the strongest people there. And that's it. I most likely won. The only obstacle here is literally if the other team had the main character on their side and they start pulling out that reverse Michael Jackson lead. That's gonna be tough to beat. But
does this even actually have any like logic to it? I don't even think this is practical. None of them are even moving backward. They're just literally just lean back.
Besides that though,
how did this even work?
Bonus points if the other team is full of old and starving people. That'll be a landslide victory. Before we continue to the next game though, around this time is when the game makers decide there's a lot of people left. A little too many. So they decide to turn off the lights. I know this isn't a game per se, but it's happened in both seasons, so I'm including. Once the lights are turned off, the dorm the contestants sleep in becomes a bloodbath. Pretty much a huge free-for-all.
If you're actually participating in killing someone else, you're an idiot. Just hide behind the bed. It's really not that deep.
And I'm not gonna hold you. This one may have me a little startled. I mean, these folks are dropping like flies. But although I'm a little scared, I'm making it through the night. Listen, I've played hella shooters and I've seen Revenge of the Sith. So I know how important high ground is in a situation like this. And that's why my strategy for this one is to go to one of them top bunks like the old man did. I don't know how he got up there to this day. And if anyone tries to come up,
would they have killed the man? What would hypothetically happen if that dude got killed? Would they be mad and they stopped the games? Because he was the like leader of the whole thing.
They getting kicked, spat on, pushed. Tell Thanos back up. I keep my forks on me. I just know in this situation I'm defending myself and the people I care about. Unlike Player 125. You know, in real life, I rarely get mad. Someone could bump into me.
Was he the one that snitched on that one girl? Lame ass dude, bro. He not snitch, he didn't help her out. Bro, and she was such a cool character too.
He accidentally step on my shoe. I've been cursed out by crackheads on the regular. But when I was laying on my couch watching this scene, oh
yes,
my.
You could have helped her, bro. She was helping you the whole time, but you just want to be weak.
I almost went Super Saiyan. You are the biggest scaredy cat. The biggest coward. The biggest
poltroon.
I thought it. You thought it. We all thought this dude, after missing that bottle throw, was really about to jump from the top rope and RKO this dude. But we were all wrong. He just sat there and watched. You know, before us, there was 2 characters that I hated in this series. But you just made it a top 3 because I hate you. At least when Sang-woo killed people or let people die, you know he was doing it for the money, for the end goal, for the vision. There was motive. It made sense. But you disgust me. Anyways, where was I? I have a fork, Thanos.
Realistically, you're not gonna do anything with a fork when there's multiple people trying to kill each other.
This is another one of the new ones they added in season 2. Y'all know it, the one with them saying hot tour, hot tour, hot. And it's another one where I have to work with.
Wait, that's the noises they were making? I did not know that.
Team. Boo. Yeah, I know. But in this one, instead of one game together, you and your teammates play 5 mini games separately. Well, as separate as you can be when your legs are tied together. That's right. Not only are we playing multiple games in this one, but this is also a 6-legged race. We all remember how difficult and annoying the 3-legged race used to be when we were younger. You got some dude slowing you down the whole time.
Facts.
That was usually me. So this one being double the legs and quadruple the people holding you back makes it at least 2 times harder. The 5 mini games we play in this one are Dakji, Stone Toss, Gongi, Spin the Top, and Jeggy. And thankfully,
which one do y'all think was the easiest one? It gotta be the Jeggy one. I don't know. I'm either doing that one or the beginning one where you have to toss the beanbag thingy and hit the gray thing.
let's get to decide who plays what. And honestly, I can do any of the games. It don't really matter. But give me Stone Toss. I'll take Stone Toss.
Yeah.
You know, I used to play baseball back in like 09. Check out the trophy. But when it comes to throwing, I got it. Except when it comes to throwing the game. All right. After we decide which game I'm gonna do, it really just depends on my team. And if I had to make one, this would be the dream team. I do 120 Hyunju for motivation and Jeggy, me on Stone Toss, 222 on Doc G, gotta protect her,
222 on my Dick G.
149 on Gongi. Now I know Daeho is better at it, but come on, bro. That's Granny. We gotta make sure she's good. And finally, the final member, the front man for the spinning top game. And cause I'm gonna need someone to hype me up when we win. I don't see a single flaw in this team. So the Pentathlon, we're bodying that.
All right. Mingle. Oh, this one, bro, I'm pretty sure I'm cooked. This one, I would be such a rude person. I'm doing whatever it takes, bro. I'm gonna act like I rock with someone, but the moment it benefits me, I'm kicking them out. Or I'm gonna target everyone that can't walk, and I'm gonna just try to carry them with me.
Probably the most popular game since the original red light, green light, and it's also the most chaotic.
I'll just go close, push any weak person out the way, and just go in the door. I feel like that's the best way to handle that.
We all sit on a spinning carousel that eventually stops, and when it does, the announcer says a number that me and some participants would have to fill a room within 30 seconds. That is not a lot of time. The number of people in the room has to be the exact number. Can't be too high or too low, because if it is, you get popped. And what happens if you don't make it into a room? Well, now I've seen a lot of people on the internet say they're dying in this. It's too chaotic, too much going on, you need social skills to beat it, but the only reason they say that is because they're going about it all.
Or you know what you could low-key kind of do? You could just camp out near the door. Don't even worry about getting a team. Camp out near the door, see which door is the closest to how much people that you need, and then just go in it.
Oh, wrong. While most people are worried about making alliances and trying to go into groups before the room start filling up, you go with him, I'll go with her. Nah, forget that. I'ma worry about me. My number one priority in this one is getting into a room on my own. Like I said earlier, I don't trust anybody here. I ain't trying to get left behind like the shaman, and I ain't trying to have Thanos hit me with the "You out, let's go!" So I'ma avoid that whole group stuff.
The fact that you could just so like casually say that in such a weird voice, knowing that the other person is gonna die. Did you even have to kick him out? Could you not just have redirected your team to go? And now you kind of like disabling him to at least find another person.
Entirely. And since I'm on my own, I don't gotta deal with the burden of having social skills to team up with people. Now you're probably like, what do you mean? The whole point of the game is to get into groups. How are you supposed to win? I got this. Don't worry. Let's say the announcer yells out 10. All I gotta do is look around the carousel for a group that has that exact number and follow them. I'll trail behind them as they search for a room, and right before they go in, I'll pull up player 51 and tackle the last one out the way. Then I'll pull up 333, lock the door, and secure my spot as number 10 instead of them. It's gonna be like the Uni scene all over again, but I made it, so I'm sorry.
This scene low-key had me hurt, bro. What do y'all think the saddest scene was of season 2? Oh, probably the ending.
Oh, but what if they're too big for you to tackle them? Simple. While I'm trailing behind the last one, all I gotta do is pull a
"Is that the band New Jeans right behind us all of a sudden, right now, right behind us?"
and at least one of them last dudes definitely gonna turn.
Is that not a little racist? That's like saying, oh, is that Naruto? I mean, New Jeans is pretty fine. I understand it's Korean, but wow. If somebody yelled at, dude, I'm not even Korean. Let me hear it. What's your ETA? You know what? I'm leaving the door myself. Even if I'm in the door, I'm gonna actually open the door up and see them.
Turn around. And I don't blame them. How sweet is a vibe? Then I just repeat that strat for 4 more rounds, and that's mingle. Only thing that can stop me here is if I get in the whole, hey, I was here first situation with like the front man or one.
Or you can tell them, Black Sosala is right outside the door.
Funny. I'm probably not gonna be able to do much with a snap neck.
Marbles. This is easy.
This is another
I've played these before. These are actually fun.
Difficult one, but not in the same way the cookie one was. Not at all. In this one, just like the last one, we're on teams, specifically teams of 2. So you gotta make sure you get with someone you trust. The goal of the game is to play mini games, and if you're choosing, the lead to your team eventually taking all of the opposing team's marbles. Pretty easy, doesn't seem too bad, right? But the catch is with this one, instead of another pair of people being your opposition, your partner is your opposition. Ah, come on. This is by far the saddest Squid Game of them all. I remember watching this episode for the first time back in Big 21, and it literally ruined my whole day. There was the dude who played with his wife, Ji-hun, and the old man, Ji-young and Sae-byuk.
This episode was so peak. All of the matchups just made sense. I've never seen better writing in this show than this specific game, bro. They really made it so that the combinations of people had to just be the worst.
Sagu and Ali.
Look, a lot of people feel sympathy for him. I called him a dumbass. I don't care, bro. You know damn well your ass like gotta make sure you go through. The least you could do is actually check your bag, dumbass.
It was just too much. These characters spent so much time together just for them to have to practically kill each other. It was just all too much. Ali. And if it hurt this much as a viewer, it's gonna be even worse when I'm in the game. Cause my partner gonna be somebody that I rock with. 149. You gotta go, my girl.
Hear me out.
It's gonna be hard to work up the courage, but we gotta play. I ain't trying to die. I know it's messed up, but we gonna have to fleece Granny out her marbles. And since the game is up to us,
Yeah, I would just go up to someone that's hella old. What are you gonna do even if you win? I'm gonna actually kill you in GTA. Like, what if I just tell you no?
I'm thinking of a game that requires some steadiness of the hands, like that one throwing game that 101 played. Or Jenga. We're gonna have to see if they got that. Either way, Granny's arthritis gonna get the best.
If y'all had to stake your life on one game, what game would it be? If I could choose literally any game, I'm gonna go with FIFA. That's the game I'm best at. Or maybe some Rocket League. If I had to go with like an IRL game, like a card game, probably go Uno.
Best of her, and they gonna have to pack her up. It's gonna hurt, but hey, on the bright side, I won. And I still got 222.
Real talk, yo, 222. If you need stepfather, yo, just hit me up. That other dude is a bum, bro.
This is definitely the hardest one I've faced yet. Y'all know how
The way she just unintentionally looks bad as shit. Like, she not even trying. There's no reason why somebody should be this photogenic. All she doing is looking straight, and she look like she trying to model. I don't know how the casting people do this. If I'm in this scene, I'm looking back at her.
it works. We gotta make it across this glass bridge under a certain amount of time, but for every safe tile there's an identical unsafe tile right next to it. So pretty much every tile you jump on is a coin toss. And there's 18 jumps. Y'all can do the math.
Hold on, what if someone like Dave Blunts were to participate in some shit like this? Is there any way that he would go through? I feel like technically now we got both glasses shattered. How heavy are the glass panels though?
Math on that, but I don't think we all make it.
Why didn't anyone even attempt to go through the middle of the thing? Why not? I feel like that should be the most obvious way to at least attempt.
This one is not even the low chance of you surviving. It's the low chance of anyone even going. I played this game on Fortnite and on Roblox, and no one ever goes. Maybe sometimes on Roblox, those are practically toddlers playing, but most of the time, these dudes be so stubborn that they won't even move a millimeter
Facts.
unless someone
Facts.
else does first. And I would know. I'm one of those dudes. And they
Wait.
move a millimeter unless someone else does first.
Instead of going forward, your ass wasted your life going to the one on the left.
And I would know. I'm one of those dudes. And it's gonna be the same thing in real life. I ain't letting no one capitalize off my sacrifice. So this people not wanting to go thing is definitely going to be an obstacle. On top of that though, I didn't mention this earlier because I didn't think
What?
it was gonna be important to bring up, but now
What
it
happened?
feels relevant. Guys, let's remember, this show takes place in South Korea. Everyone
Yeah.
here is Korean, and
Yes.
I am not. What if they're racist? If they're willing to take out each other to win, what do you think they're gonna do to the brown one? I pray
I mean, you seen Ali. They treated Ali cool though.
they aren't, man. Don't feel like I'm back in one of them old stereotypical Korean shops. But instead of the usual hurry up and buy, I'm here. Hurry up and die! Alright, in all seriousness with this one, only thing that can really save me here is the order. If I'm dead last, maybe I might be able to make it if the people ahead of me get enough tiles right. But if I'm first, right, but
Yo, this dude does laugh like Waka.
I already said earlier I'm not moving, so y'all can clear a path, or I guess we all gonna die.
What is this? This is the last game? Am I the only one that still doesn't understand the last game?
The final game, the most dramatic game, and the most intimate game of them all, because it's a 1v1. In this one, there's a defense and an offense. The offense's goal is to make it to the top of the squid, while the defense has to stop the offense from making it by pushing them out the square. And if neither player wants to do all that, well, you can kill the other guy. You know, this one isn't too shabby. Yeah, the other person against me might be trying to kill me the whole time, but
You see, like, this is unfair. Biologically, men are stronger, so what were they gonna do when it was a man versus woman? Were they gonna, like, change up the games? I'm assuming.
I gotta kill them, technically. If I'm on offense, all I gotta do is hit them with a little, hey, where you going? Juke moves and get to the top of the squid. And if I'm on defense, all I gotta do is push them out the square. How am I gonna do that? Simple, just knock them out. Y'all don't even know how deadly my right hook could get. Like, listen to this. That was just a jab. So for the final game, Squid Game, would I survive it? 1000%.
I
Don't
genuinely don't think I would.
matter who's in front of me. This one is for all the marbles.
Y'all think y'all surviving the last one? I'm not where I'm at in my physique for me to, I feel like, compete in the last one. I think that's where it would be GG's.
No pun intended. It could be the front man. It could be Jihan. It could even be Legend Thanos. I told you I'll keep that fork on me. Go back up. Point is, whoever's in front of me, they getting that work. They getting juked. They getting pushed out. It don't matter. Because at the end of the day, I'm winning the Squid Game.
Are you?
Probably. It depends on which games
No.
we play and what the
No.
games are in season 3. And also if my opponent is 2-2. I can't kill her. That was pretty much all the Squid Game games I could go over today.
What do y'all think the hardest game is? I think the hardest game has to undeniably be either Tug of War or the glass pane. Like, there's no strategic way to tackle that. The other ones, at least you have some way to, like, really, like, counteract with it. The glass panes is just by luck. Unless you just deliberately don't decide to go. But then everyone's gonna be cooked if you don't go. But anyways, YouTube, let me know how y'all would survive the Squid Games. Let me know what you guys rate season 2. Join us us on Twitch. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Road to 700K, man. Waxer for life. Love y'all.